about elite performance, the power of brand alignment, and how cutting edge technology like the Oppenheim Group app powered by HomeStack is redefining the luxury real estate client experience. So let's get into it. This is a masterclass in what it really takes to operate at the top. Hey, Bridget, how's it going?
I'm wonderful. Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here and sharing whatever it is I can share with everyone else out there. So I'm super excited.
Yeah. So thanks for hopping on with us today. We always love kind of like having these candid conversations. So first and foremost, be honest. What goes through your mind the first time you see your face on a billboard in San Diego? Is it, pure pride? Is it, how does my hair look from the freeway? Tell us about that magic moment.
No, it was surreal, like driving by, stopping in my car, and what the heck is this real life? Super surreal, proud moment, not only for myself, but our entire team. And of course, Jason and the legacy that he's building all across Southern California. So it's super exciting, super surreal. And it's like, pinch me, is this real life?
Yeah,
So,
I can only imagine. In all seriousness, you've ranked the top 5% of San Diego agents, which is not easy. It's the most expensive market, I think, in the country right now, year after year. What do you think truly separates you from the average real estate agent?
yeah, so first and foremost, I'm excited to be ranked among the best of the best in the top 5% of San Diego County. There's probably about 22,000, roughly 25,000 agents in San Diego County. So to be ranked in that top category is, I feel very proud and accomplished, but not quite there yet. There's still so much more that I want to accomplish. And I owe it all to my clients. And so what sets me apart, I think, is my relatability to them when they're going through the buying and selling process or the investment process, because I've done it all. I was a first-time home buyer at age 19. And now I own a portfolio that's a multi-million-dollar portfolio. So I understand what it takes. I'm also a short-term and long-term rental landlord. So I have all the experience from front to back, side to middle on whatever my clients are trying to achieve. I can relate to them and give them real world applicable knowledge.
You've been on all sides of it. You've been on both
Yes.
sides of it. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, that's amazing.
Mhm.
So you had previously built your business, when you were coming up the ranks with other brokerages. What foundations did that chapter give you?
So when I first started into real estate, I started with Berkshire Hathaway, and that's obviously led under Warren Buffett's leadership. And so, a strong foundation. It's like, sticking to the basics, having those person to person interactions, belly to belly conversations, as we like to call it, and just connecting, the old fashioned way, if we like to call that, but also being an early adopter of technology and leveraging that. So just using, the basics and the realness of being human and connecting on a human level, but then using tools to support where I can.
Yeah, and honestly, I think now more than ever with all the AI, that as a realtor it's a fear, right? But I
Yeah.
think that human connection is what clients are really looking for.
Yeah.
So, this is a question that kind of pops into my mind is when somebody is working with you at this luxury level, what are they really buying into? What is that experience really like?
They're into the whole experience, the brand. They see, shows on Netflix. And of course, the question I always get asked, do you guys really sell real estate? And it's like, actually, I do. Here's my production list. Here's what we do. I work among the best of the best. My colleagues are all amazing. They're out there making transactions happen for their buyers and sellers. And so it's one of those things where clients are looking for something a little bit different. And so we have, no matter your price point, yes, we're a luxury brokerage, but it doesn't matter if this is your first investment or you're a seasoned investor. We give you and we deliver on that white glove experience.
Yeah. So at your level of success, even previous to the Oppenheim Group, you didn't have to move brokerages. What inspired you in 2023 to move to the Oppenheim Group?
Well, it's all around the hype. The shows are Emmy nominated, selling Sunset and selling the OC, and getting renewed season after season. And it's like bring a name to the brokerage. And so, actually, in the year prior, I went to a real estate conference and I met Mary Fitzgerald, who's now Mary Bonet. And I asked her, like, hey, if Jason ever wants to open office in San Diego, put an ear in for me, just kind of jokingly in the passing. And then in January 2023, I got a call and it was, game on. This is an opportunity I didn't want to pass up.
Wow, that's so cool. It's like you never know, right? You might as well put it out there into the universe and, and kind of see what comes back. That's awesome. That's so cool.
Yeah.
So the Oppenheim Group was an early adopter of a branded HomeStack app and having a branded real estate app. How powerful is it to have your own white labeled luxury property search experience for your luxury clients?
Yeah, so the Oppenheim Group was one of the first early adopters of technology, having a branded app for buyers and sellers alike to use and search properties and compare their homes to. So it's been a game changer for me. So I don't want to name the other brands that have really powerful search engines and applications, but it's one of those things that's where it legitimizes my business by having something branded and tailored to me, a tool that's useful. Clients get, access to all the homes as soon as they hit coming soon. And when home sellers are thinking of selling, I give them the app and they're able to search and compare properties like for like and make a decision on what they want to do, whether they want to buy or sell or hold. So it's been a game changer to have a branded app, and it's all about technology. Yes, our clients want the face-to-face interaction, but they also want the tools, the resources. Like, look what I have. My agent has a branded app, kind of like a one-upper.
Yeah. So what does sending a client your branded app communicate versus just sending them to a generic portal?
So sending clients my branded app basically gives the message that I have my shit together, and in better words, here you go. We're on it. We have a tool, a resource for you to use. It's at your fingertips. Like, here, use it. I also like some of the features for like my home sellers. I tell them that I have an open house feature on the app. So when people walk in through the door, we register and we instantly collect data for them, so they know who's walking through their door and how many visitors. So it's been a great resource for me and for my clients.
Yeah, and I was talking to somebody recently and I was like, I should literally do a segment where it's just agents in their car, right? Because I feel like they're always driving, they're always on their phones, and obviously if agents are on their phones, so are your customers. So tell me a little bit about how that brand visibility popping up on people's phones gives you an edge.
Yeah, the brand visibility gives an edge. It keeps me top of mind. So, we have this app, and if I'm searching on the app and I see something they like, I could send it to them and they get a ping. And a lot of the times, I have busy moms who are, when they put their kid down for a nap, they pick up their phone and they'll see a ping from me through the app saying like, hey, you should check out this property. When dads are like at the gym and, they have the tools and resources on the go. So it makes it super flexible, super easy for them. And it's a fun interaction to where we can both communicate on the app with each other versus text.
Yeah, I love those scenarios, right? Because honestly, we're in a world where not everybody, even if you're working, you're not even sitting at a desk half the time.
Yeah.
Or if you are a busy parent, you're in your car and you're taking kids to different places. So it is kind of cool, and it's nice to hear that the app supports you and supports your clients in that on-the-go lifestyle that everybody has now.
Oh, yeah. It's all about convenience. It's all about white glove experience. It's all about high touch. It's about connecting. And, so why delay and, wait for an email to come through from your agent? That seems a little bit archaic with what we have today available. So having that HomeStack app for them to be able to ping them, send them messages, and for them to jump on. And plus, I get to see when they are viewing properties, I get notified. So it's great for me too, to have another point for interaction. Like, hey, I see you're looking at this property. This is what I found out about it. So I can be ahead of the game with getting them information on something they were looking at.
Yeah. So, would you say the combination of that strong global brand and proprietary technology was a part of what attracted you to join the Oppenheim Group?
Yeah, 100% having the app, proprietary information, having the tools is definitely something that the Oppenheim Group is always looking to acquire and have on our toolbox for our clients to set us apart from the rest. Like I said, there's 25,000 realtors in San Diego County. What's our competitive advantage? We have applications like the HomeStack app, branded app, tailored to us. Like, what's better than that?
Yeah. So, looking ahead, how do you see technology and branding in general just continuing to redefine the luxury real estate experience?
Yeah, technology being branded is redefining the luxury experience for clients. Like, if you don't have that, what are you doing? You know, the world is constantly evolving, shifting. We're in a world of AI. We're in a world of instant information. So if we don't have that, we're falling behind. And it's not our style to be behind anybody. We're the trendsetters, and we like to think of ourselves as a step above the rest.
Yes. So, in that, top 5% ranking year after year, what's one habit average agents would never be willing to commit to that keeps you at that level?
The average agent doesn't commit to making phone calls and connecting with people. Like, yes, we do have the app. Yes, we do have emails. We have all these other things, but sometimes it's just picking up the phone. Sometimes it's just scheduling a coffee date. No agenda other than to connect. So I think, having different modes of connection really does help, the average agent. If you stick to, like, every day I'm going to have 20 conversations, whether it's touching through the app, making a phone call, meeting somebody in person, I think that's going to edge that agent ahead of others.
Yeah. So one last fun one. Be honest. Did joining the Oppenheim Group come with an unspoken dress code upgrade? And how quickly did your wardrobe change overnight?
Well, so I was already high into fashion, since I could remember. I always loved, women that dressed up, men that were polished. It's something that I learned from my grandfather. So I feel like I fit right in and even leveled up. So it's super fun. Obviously, you see what you see on some of our shows, and that's, we're not walking into a listing presentation with, mini skirts and, things out there, but we are high fashion, and kind of in your face with fashion. It's just a dream come true to be able to have fun with my wardrobe and also have fun selling homes.
So fun, so fun.
Like, it's a dream. I'm having my dream job and my dream experience. I love it.
Oh my gosh. So if there is one Oppenheim Group app feature that you couldn't live without, what is that one feature that you couldn't live without in the Oppenheim Group app?
I couldn't live without when I'm hosting open houses, and a client gives me the opportunity to list their home, and I have the app where I put it on my iPad or on my phone, and I have everybody that walks through the door register, and I have instant data, like instant notifications that they toured, they came. And so it makes it easier for me. It makes my life easier. And then I'm able to screenshot and share with my clients as well.
Yes, open house mode. That's a newer feature from this past year, and it has totally exploded and changed the game for agents. Looking more professional at their open houses rather than that scrap of paper that, like, people used to scribble a fake phone number on or something like that.
Right, and it keeps it confidential, actually. So we're not having to, leave numbers displayed, people's names, identity. So people don't have to worry about that. You enter your information, you click the button, and then it goes to, the home screen. So it's a great resource. It's a great tool. If agents aren't using the app, I highly suggest they get on it and start using it. It makes their life easier, especially when you're coordinating other things during an open house. You're worrying about putting out your signs, setting up, making sure you have refreshments, making sure you're greeting people. This is one thing that you can use to make your life easier during an open house.
Awesome. Well, Bridget, thank you so much for hopping on with us today. It was so fun to talk to you, and we can't wait to see what you do next with your app.
Thank you for having me. This was a fun conversation, and I hope some agents can take something away from this.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks everyone for hopping on with us today. If there is one thing that we are taking away from today's conversation is that elite performance is not accidental. Bridget's success is a result of discipline, client obsession, strategic brand alignment, and leveraging the right tools like the Oppenheim Group app powered by HomeStack. Thanks, guys, and see you on the next one.
Thank you.